Good afternoon, my News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 23, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, human rights advocate renews concerns about rejection of Haitian asylum seekers. Attorney and the founder of human rights lobby group Freedom Imaginaries, Malene Alain, has welcomed the government's decision to allow 59 Haitian orphans into Jamaica, but it says the move contradicts its rapid return of those who previously sought asylum. Ms. Alain says the need to move the children out of Haiti, as well as others fleeing the island, highlights the urgency and the severity of the situation in the French-speaking CARICOM nation.
Amidst all of this, we have to have a serious conversation about the Haitian asylum seekers who are currently in Jamaica and whose application was recently rejected because the two are inconsistent. And I would just point out that just this month, the UN Refugee Agency issued protection guidance about Haiti, and it does so in very rare circumstances for countries that are facing exceptional crises. It doesn't do it very often, but Haiti just made the list of countries that are now the subject of official guidance from the United Nations Refugee Agency, which says that the situation in Haiti is catastrophic. It's not conducive to forced return, and the UN Refugee Agency has explicitly now called for a moratorium on the forced return of Haitians to Haiti. They haven't been repatriated. They're in Jamaica, and so what they're waiting on now is for determination of that appeal. Of course, it is hard to accept why the applications would have been rejected on the one hand when you have CARICOM rushing to Jamaica to meet urgently on the crisis in Haiti. You have the UN Security Council issuing a statement as well just this month too, saying that the turn of events in February have established a new level of urgency and crisis. What we want to do is to continue to urge the government to engage with us in good faith. We want to be partners with the government. We want Jamaica to, do the right thing, and we want to find a pathway to the best possible solution.
Deaths spark concern over students' mental well-being. Some parents are expressing grave concerns over the mental well-being of their daughters who attend a prestigious corporate-era all-girls high school following the deaths of two students within a near 3-month window. The latest death occurred on Wednesday, and the information reaching the news is that the other occurred earlier this year. The girls haven't had time to properly process the first death, and then here we are again. They are hit with more death, further plunging them into mourning, a parent told the news yesterday. A copy of a letter dated March 20, 2024, sent to the school community has been obtained by the news. It is with sadness that I have to once again share with the school community that another one of our students of grade 10 passed this morning. We ask that you keep her family in your prayers and assist with the support of her friends, classmates, and the school community at large, the letter written by the school's principal read. The news made unsuccessful efforts to speak with the headmistress, a member of staff who requested anonymity because she was not authorized to speak with the media, said the school is going through a rough time. The cause of death of the girls was not revealed. Another parent told the news that a part of the difficulty was how the school seemingly was hugging up the information. The girls are not doing well. The funeral for the first don't happen as yet. These are young children. We as parents are hearing all manner of things that led to the death of one of the girls, but I will not say because I don't want to feed into some of the rumors. The school community has and is providing counseling for the students and the staff, so we are hoping they will cope, the parent said. The news understands that senior members of the Ministry of Health and Wellness visited the school recently and spoke to stakeholders. Though the circumstances may be different, on March 4, the Ministry of Education and Youth, through Minister Favour Williams, reiterated that it remained steadfast in its commitment to ensuring the well-being and the safety of students across all the regions. This followed the tragic and untimely deaths of two 16-year-old students, Kimora Williams of Dolphin Street, Bogue Village in St. James, and the grade 11 student, Tara Dennis, who attended the Little London High School in Westmoreland. Williams is suspected to have died by suicide, and Dennis was shot and killed at her home early Saturday, March 2. The Education Minister urged the school personnel, parents, and all who have duty of care for children to be watchful for any early signs of health challenges. Foreign Minister dismisses claims she evaded questions on Israeli-Hamas conflict. Minister of Foreign Affairs Kamina Johnson-Smith has hit back at the criticisms that she evaded questions about Jamaica's position on the Israeli-Hamas conflict at a function on Thursday. This after she walked out during the question and answer segment of a special lecture headlined by South Africa's International Relations and Cooperation Minister, Dr. Naledi Pandor, at the University of the West Indies, Mona. Dr. Pandor is on a 4-day visit where she will be engaged in discussions with the government and the civil society. A 20-second clip posted by a user on X purported that a Palestinian Jamaican intended on posing questions to both the minister and Dr. Pandor, but was unable to do so as Minister Johnson-Smith left. But the minister defended her departure, labeling the video's narrative as unfortunate and a misrepresentation. Minister Johnson-Smith said the event went beyond the time for which she would have been available, as she had to be present for a CARICOM Heads of Government meeting on Haiti. She said she had also advised the relevant personnel of her need to leave. She added that both the Permanent Secretary and the Chief Technical Director remained at the session in the event that any questions were posed to the Jamaican government, for which she disclosed that there were none. She also reaffirmed Jamaica's position on the conflict, sharing statements issued by the country and the CARICOM earlier this year, condemning the ongoing violence in Gaza, as well as support for South Africa's case brought against Israel in the International Court of Justice last year. South Africa accused Israel of breaching the UN Genocide Convention, which saw the top court ordering Israel to take all measures to prevent genocidal acts in Gaza. Some ex-users slammed the minister for abruptly leaving the meeting, while others have come to her defense. $15,000 a minimum wage, still not a livable wage. Development economist Dr. Chris Stokes has said despite the increase, the national minimum wage is still not in the range of a livable wage. Effective June 1, the national minimum wage will be increased from $13,000 to $15,000 per 40-hour work week. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement Thursday during his contribution to the budget debate in the House of Representatives. Mr. Holness said this represents a 15% increase. The minimum wage for industrial security guards will also increase from $14,000 to $15,000 per week. While Mr. Stokes is not opposed to the increase, he believes it is a symbolic adjustment.
Still on the edges, it's symbolic, it looks good. But folks can't live on $15,000 a week. It's just, for somebody who is supposed to be on the right, it's an interesting approach, because usually economists on that side say just let minimum wage, fall where they may. But he has been pushing that as part of his social agenda. But it still remains, the persons are making that, frankly, it is just still way below what a livable wage is.
Financial commentator Orville Johnson believes the minimum wage increase is an attempt by government to engage low-income earners.
It's an attempt to kind of balance two things, because yes, the story coming out of the street is that we're not feeling the prosperity, we're seeing the nice projects, but where is it for us? So it's an attempt to give persons at the bottom end of the scale a little bit more. But the challenge he faces is those who he again addressed as the working poor. They have a challenge just being able to absorb that, and a lot of persons fall into that category, and it's a delicate balance that he has tried to deal with. And it's also a response to the position taken by the opposition leader in saying that we shouldn't have a minimum wage but a livable wage. So he has made a judgment call, and that's what it is. It's difficult, it's never going to be an easy one.
In the meantime, a member of the Minimum Wage Advisory Commission said the body is now in limbo as it was doing assessments to make recommendations to the government on a minimum wage increase. Saint Patrice Ennis, who is also president of the Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, said no consultation was done on the increase announced Thursday by the Prime Minister. He said the Minimum Wage Advisory Commission will be meeting with the Minister of Labour to determine how to proceed.
I still believe that we can make an assessment and make the recommendation, and it's up to the government to see whether it is necessary at this time But I think the commission has to meet and then get some directive from the government in terms of what objective should be this time around. He didn't go into detail to that. I mean, he mentioned, meeting somebody, and they suggested to him that what is there now is inadequate. I don't know if there was any further work or any empirical data drawn on to inform the decision, but whatever it is, the commission can, under the direction of the minister, go and do its analysis and make a recommendation. And as you know, it is always up to the government to accept or reject or even vary the recommendation of the commission.